Welcome back to Chicago White Sox Draft Only Franchise for Season 6. You can see on the screen right there, we are 2-4, currently in last place. It's very early in the season, so I'm not too worried about it. But what I want to show you here is our lack of offense. You can see we scored 0, scored 4, 1, 3, 1, 0. We just have not put enough runs on the board. We've got 9 runs scored in 7 games, and we've given up 17 with 6 of them coming in this one start. Outside of that one start, we've only given up more than 2 runs twice. So the pitching has done excellent, especially our bullpen. They've cleaned up the mess that we had last year. We no longer have Steven Kolek to worry about. We brought in 3 young pitchers, 1 on the Rule 5, 1 in the optional assignment waivers, and 1 through the draft. So that should greatly improve our bullpen. But our hitting is what's bringing it down right now. Take a look at this real quick. Caglianone's doing well, but he's only got 1 home run. Rocha, no home runs. Watley, no home runs, no RBI. Villa, no home runs. Quinones has 2. Anthony, starting slow. And look at Colson hitting .095. That's definitely, these 3 guys right here are just not helping at all. So it is very important that we get the offense on track. As you can see, we have a 4-game series with Kansas City, followed by a 3-game series with Cleveland. A week later, we have a 3-game series with Kansas City, followed by a 4-game series with Minnesota. And at the end of the month, 3 games with Minnesota and 4 more with Cleveland. So we have a lot of games in division at the start of the season. We got to get on a roll here so we don't get buried early in the season. I'm going to take this all the way through the 17th of May in this episode. I'm going to show you as much gameplay as I can from these division games because they're the most important ones and they are so numerous. And this is the last season of the franchise, so I will not be focusing a ton on the draft because we're not going to see any of those players play. So I will keep you kind of updated if I find some interesting prospects, and I definitely will show you the draft, but I'm not going to show you the futures game at all. And the draft will just be basically a summary at the end. I'm not going to show you as we make the picks. We'll just go through. I'll show you every round who I took, and then we'll definitely see their ratings at the end. But this is going to be a gameplay, major league level season for the most part. So if we have somebody in the minors that's doing ridiculous and he's about to be called up, I will show you that as well. But we're going to be heavily focused on the major league team. So strap in. We've got a lot of division games to get through. And cross your fingers that we get the bats to wake up very soon. And a huge early season matchup between the White Sox and the Royals. The Royals kept us out of the playoffs last season on a tiebreaker. See Kyle Wright, Anthony Medrano on the mound today. We got 1 out in the first. Sean Quinones up, and he's going to draw a walk. So that's the first base runner of the game. And that'll bring in Colson Montgomery. 1 on, 1 out, 2-2 pitch. And that's a ground ball up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. So we're going to have 2 on and 1 out for Jack. Unfortunately, Jack would strike out, and that brings up Rocha with 2 on and 2 out. Wright's pitch, and it's going to be a fly ball into right center field. Drifting over is low, and he's got it. And the Sox mini rally ends with no runs here after a half inning. So go to bottom half. Anthony Medrano on the mound. Leading off for Kansas City, Michael Garcia, their third baseman. And he's going to smash one right between Medrano's legs into center field. So Kansas City gets their leadoff man on here in the bottom half. After a Josh Lowe strikeout, Bobby Witt's in now. And the pitch, throw down, and he's out. Garcia gets gunned down trying to steal second by Edgar Caro. Great throw. Means nobody's on base now for Bobby Witt. And he hit a ground ball to third, and Quinones grabs and throws. And just like that, we're through 1. A little bit of action, but no runs so far. Now we're going to hop ahead to the 5th inning. Leading off, Alvin Maddox playing second base here. 3-2 pitch, and that's a shot deep to left, and it's gone, folks. Chicago jumps on early with a solo shot by Alvin Maddox.
You can put it on the board, yes!
Way to go, Alvin. Second home run of the year, 411 feet. And Chicago jumps out to the 1-0 lead here in the 5th inning. This pitcher's duel. Maddox finally gets the first run on the board. Let's check this replay. Right down the middle, he didn't miss. That was a laser beam over the wall to left field. Alvin flashing that early season power. Now we go to the bottom half of the inning. Nolan Gorman, the big free agent, signing by the Royals in the offseason, leading off the bottom half of the inning against Medrano. And hits a smash into center field. Anthony drifting back to the track. Looks up, and that one's gone too. So Nolan Gorman says, I can hit him out too. And that ties the ball game at 1. Kansas City getting a huge bat for the middle of the order to bat behind Bobby Witt, and he comes through. Tie this game here in the 5th inning. Now we're going to hop ahead, top of the 6th inning. Art Rocha up. 1 out. It's going to be a ground ball past first baseman into right field for a base hit. Chicago getting the man on here with 1 out, trying to get a rally going. That'll bring up Dexter Watley. He has no home runs, no RBIs. He was a 2020 man last year as a rookie. And it's a shot deep to left field. That's going to be his first home run of the season. Way to go, Dexter. It's 3-1 Chicago.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
I said the bats needed to come alive, and it looks like they are. Whoa, he smoked that one 439 feet. Way to go, Dexter. And the Sox using the long ball. Take a 3-1 lead here in the 6th inning. You see that pitch? Belt high, and he just hammered it. Now we're going to hop ahead to the 8th inning. It's still 3-1 Kansas City. Carlos Hernandez coming out of the bullpen for the Royals. First batter he's going to face is Dexter Watley. We just saw that home run. 3-1 pitch. And it's going to be a line drive into right field. And it's going to drop in front of the right fielder. So the Sox get their leadoff man on here in the 8th, trying to tack on more runs. That'll bring up Alfredo Villa, the rookie first baseman. 2-2 pitch from Hernandez, and that's going to be laced down the left field line. It's going to drop and rattle around in the corner. Watley's going to come all the way around. Throw comes back in. He scores. Villa's in with an RBI double, and it's 4-1 Chicago. Getting contributions up and down the order. Way to go, Villa. Here we are, bottom of the 8th. Byron Buxton one on, nobody out. And that's going to be a base hit into right field, so Kansas City's going to have 2 men on now, and that's going to bring up the tying run. Patino has to come in now. Bases are loaded, 2 out, 3-2 pitch to Garcia, and he gets the ground ball to short. Throw across to first, and they get out of the jam as Kansas City tried to rally back. Luis Patino bails him out, gets a strikeout and a ground out. We go to the 9th, it's 4-1. Sox hold on a win, 5-1. Medrano moves to 2-0. Minaya takes the loss. Lewis gets the save. 2 hits from Montgomery, Caglianone, Rocha, Watley, Maddox. Home runs by Maddox and Watley. 3 different guys with doubles. Medrano, 1 run in 7 innings. Bullpen does a great job. And now we head to game 2 in this series. Top of the 1st, Canone's leading off against Jesus Luzardo, and it's going to be a base hit into right field. So Chicago's going to start game 2 with their leadoff man on base. And Watley would try to steal second. He would get gunned down. Dexter Watley stepping in, and he hits a fly ball to right field, drifting back to the track, and it sneaks over the wall for a home run. 2 games in a row for Dexter Watley. Too bad Canone's got thrown out trying to steal. It's only 1-0. Should be 2-0 right now.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
Watley flashing the power. Sox desperately need offense. Looks like they're going to Kansas City to get some. They're up 1-0 here in the 1st. Now we go to the bottom of the 2nd. Got a man on, nobody out for Jake Berger. Davey Garcia's pitch, and that's a smoke shot to center field, and that one's gone. I don't think he missed any of that one. As Jake Berger, we've seen him go yard in our minor leagues. He gives Kansas City a 2-1 lead with his 4th home run of the season, 453 feet. Yeah, he definitely didn't miss that one. Now we're going to the top of the 3rd. We got a man on 3rd and 2 out. Full count on Jack. Luzardo's pitch, and that one smoked into right field, and that one's gone. Another no-doubt shot. Jack heating up exactly what we needed from this guy.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
His 2nd home run of the season, 416 feet to right field. And the Sox rebound with a 2-run shot of their own to make this 3-2 White Sox. Now we head to the fourth. Roman Anthony leading off. Luzardo's pitch, and that's a smoke shot to right field as well.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
Anthony gets in on the home run fun. Makes the Sox up 4-2. Need to see a lot more of that. 434 for him. He was the surprise guy the second half last season. Hopefully you can get him going early this year. Don't have to wait so long. Now we're going to go to the sixth inning. We got a man on second. 2 out. 4-2 Sox lead. Manaea's pitch to Villa, and that's going to be laced down the left field line and into the corner again, just like game one, and that's going to be driving another run. As Villa's in with a double, and it's 5-2 Chicago. Now I'll bring up Canone's. Got a man on second, 2 out, and he's going to hit one into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Villa rounds third, throw comes in, and he's safe. And now it's 6-2 Chicago. So the Sox keep pouring it on. We go to the ninth. Royals added 2 in the eighth. And there's strike 3 to low. Throw down to first, and they get him as Garrett Lewis comes in and seals the deal. Sox hang on and win this one 6-5. North with the win in relief. Garrett Lewis's 4th save as Chicago takes a 2-0 lead in this series. Let's check out this box score. 2 hits for Canone's, 2 for Caglianone, 2 for Anthony, 2 for Villa, 3 home runs, Caglianone, Anthony, and Watley. Anthony with a steal. Garcia pitched well. Patino got lit up for 3 runs, but the rest of the bullpen did their job as the Sox hang on and win 6-5, take the first 2 games of this series. And in game 3 against the Royals, White Sox win 2-0. Ricky McCann with the win. Home runs by Maddox and Canone's was all the offense we needed, and it's all the offense we got. As McCann goes 8 innings, 8 hits, 1 walk, 6 Ks, no runs allowed. Garrett Lewis comes in, gets his 5th save of the season already, as the Sox win the first 3 games of this big 4-game series. And the Sox get the sweep at Kansas City, a big 4-game sweep against division rival Cade Cavalli with the win. Alfredo Villa drives in the only run we had. We only had 4 hits. Cavalli gives up 7 hits, no runs, no walks, 7 Ks and 7 1/3. Jose Hernandez and Miguel Rodriguez finish it off. Rodriguez, that's his first major league save. As the Sox go into Kansas City and take 4, and they move to 6-4 on the season. They would follow that up by going to Cleveland, continuing the road trip, and they win 2 out of 3, so we win 6 out of 7 on the road against division rivals. First game, Hagen Smith takes the loss. Roman Anthony, Jac Caglianone with home runs. Hagen gives up 3 runs in 6 innings. Alcantara, not a bad game there. Just didn't have enough offense. But game 2, win that one 6-5. Jack with another home run. 3 hits for Watley, 2 for Maddox, 2 for Caro, including 2 RBI. Medrano, 2 runs in 7 innings. Garrett Lewis blows the save but gets the win as Miguel Rodriguez comes in and finishes off for his 2nd major league save. And then game 3, win that one 4-0. Juan Brito giving, looks like Canone's a day off, goes 2 for 5 with 3 RBI. Caro with 2 hits, Brito and Caglianone with home runs. Davy Garcia only goes 4, doesn't allow any runs. Rodney North comes in, 3 no-hit innings in relief, and Ben Harris finishes it off as we only give up 3 hits in the game. And the Sox take 6 out of 7 at the start of this month against division rivals Kansas City and Cleveland. That puts us in a first-place tie with Minnesota at this point. And after dropping 2 out of 3 against Cincinnati, White Sox rebound, take another 2 out of 3 from the Royals. Lose the first game 1-0, 12 innings. Great pitching performance by Kyle Wright. On our side, Medrano and Jose Hernandez gave up that run in the 12th, so we lose 1-0. Bounce back the next day, win 11-3. Pound on Jesus Luzardo again, and Manaea and Rosas. We love to face those guys. 3 hits for Juan Brito, giving, looks like Maddox the day off. 2 hits for Anthony, 2 for Watley, 1 for Villa with 3 runs scored. Jeremy De La Rosa, 3 hits, 4 RBIs. Anthony, Watley, and De La Rosa all with home runs. Garcia, 1 run in 7 innings. Miguel Rodriguez finishes it off. They get the win 11-3. And then game 3, we win 5-3. Beat up on Alec Marsh. 2 hits for Caglianone, 3 hits for Caro. Ricky McCann, 2 runs, 5 hits, no walks, 6 Ks in 8 innings. He moves to 3-0 on the season with an 0.98 ERA. And Garrett Lewis gives up a run in the 9th, gets his 7th save of the season as the Sox move to 11-8. We are unfortunately 3.5 games back of the Twins, who are just on a heater right now, 14-4 to start the season. But we are taking care of business against Kansas City, pushing them all the way to last place. And looks like it might be a 3-team race with the Twins, White Sox, and Guardians. And we have 2 big series with the Twins coming up and 1 more with the Guardians in this episode. And we follow that Royals series with a 3-game sweep over the Phillies, putting us at 14-8. We're still 3.5 games back as the Twins are 17-4. And we have a big 4-game series here. I'm going to just sim these games, and then we'll get into some more gameplay with the Minnesota series down here at the end of the month, and then with the Cleveland series here in the middle of May. Game 1, we have Davy Garcia against Casey Mize, and the Sox win 4-3. 3 hits for Montgomery, 2 for Jack, 2 for Caro, including a home run. Garcia, 3 runs in 5 innings. Bullpen does their job. Go to Game 2. Ricky McCann, 3-0 with an 0.99 ERA against David Festa. And the Sox win that one 5-0. Ricky McCann does it again. Dexter Watley, 2 for 3 with 2 home runs and 3 RBI. Ricky McCann, the complete game, 5 hits shutout, 2 walks, 7 Ks. He's 4-0 with an 0.74 ERA. What a start to the season by Sox pitchers. And now we are just a game and a half back with 2 more games in this series. We go to Game 3, Joe Ryan against Cade Cavalli, who's pitching out of his mind. Look at that, 185 ERA. He's got 24 strikeouts in 24 innings. See if we can get Game 3. And we lose 6-4. Colson Montgomery, 2 hits and a home run. Maddox with a home run. Cavalli gives up 4 and 3 1/3. Rodney North gives up 2 and 2 2/3. On their side, Ryan pitched okay. Bullpen did their job. 4 RBIs for Langoliers, though. Sox dropped Game 3. Now we go to Game 4. Hagen Smith against Simeon Woods Richardson. Hagen got his first win of the season back here against Philadelphia, trying for win number 2. And we lose 6-2, so we split the series with Minnesota. 2 hits for Maddox, 2 solo homers. That was our whole offense. Smith, 3 runs in 4 innings, 8 hits, 7 strikeouts through a lot of pitches. Miguel Rodriguez struggling now. His ERA is closing in on 7. Gives up 3 and 1 1/3. The rest of the bullpen did their job. On their side, bunch of doubles. And lose games 3 and 4. Go back 3.5 games out. And we have them next week for 3 at our place, and then Cleveland for 4 at our place in the second week of May. We follow up that split with Minnesota by sweeping Tampa Bay 7-1, 7-5, 8-1. Ricky McCann goes to 5-0 with an 0.83 ERA. Medrano won Game 1, so he's 4-0 with a 1.74 ERA. Now Cade Cavalli is going to take on Joe Ryan, the first of 3 at Chicago, and we're going to hop in here with a little gameplay from each one of these games, and hopefully we can respond and actually win the series instead of, we obviously can't split because it's 2 out of 3, but hopefully we can get 2, maybe 3 wins in this 3-game series. Well, I had a bunch of really good Game 1 highlights, but I accidentally muted my gameplay, so let's take a look at the box score here. See, Minnesota pretty much dominated us. Joe Ryan gives up 1 run over 5 innings, scatters 8 hits. We struck out 15 times, 2 guys with 3 strikeouts each. As now Cavalli got lit up early, and our offense never really showed up as we've dropped Game 1 to Minnesota 5-1. Game 2 of this series, Hagen Smith, Simeon Woods Richardson, and the Sox get the win 6-4. Take a look at this box score. Riley Green, 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 3 RBI, hit 2 home runs in the game. We got all over their starting pitcher and Marco Raya. Sox side, Jac Caglianone, 3 for 4, 2 home runs, scores 3 times, drives in 3. Jordan Groshans, his first playing time of the season, hits a 3-run homer in the 2nd inning. Hagen Smith goes 5, does enough to get the win. Bullpen does their job. Ben Harris gives up a couple late, but Lewis nails it down, and the Sox win Game 2, 6-4. And we'll have Game 3 up next. Before we hop into Game 3, I want to show you this. Ricky McCann was the American League Pitcher of the Month for April, going 5-0 with an 0.83 ERA. and 6 starts. Way to go, Ricky McCann. And game 3, Minnesota at Chicago. We are 3.5 games out. Really need to win this third game, finish off the series win. Anthony Medrano against Pablo Lopez, and we're going to go to the bottom of the second. We have 1 on and 2 out. Jeremy De La Rosa hits a shot down the right field line. That's going to get down and be extra bases. Throw comes back in. Jack rounding third. He's coming home. Here's the throw, and he's out by a mile. Third base coach should have kept him at third. And Jack was an easy out at the plate as this game stays tied. Now we're in the top of the third. Men at the corners. 1 out. Wallner up. Pitch from Medrano. And it's going to be a fly ball into shallow left center field. De La Rosa's settling under. He's got it. Throw comes in. And that's going to be a run, a close play. A little better throw might have had him. And his Twins take a 1-0 lead on the sac fly by Matt Wallner. Now we head to the fourth. We got bases loaded after a single and 2 walks. 1 out for Rocha. And he swings and misses at the changeup just off the plate. He has been struggling this year, especially with runners on base, as Lopez makes him look bad. And that'll bring up Jeremy De La Rosa, doubled last time. Bases loaded, 2 out, 2-2 pitch, and it's going to be a shot past the first baseman. That's going to get us at least 1 run. Throw comes back in, and yes, Sox take a 2-0 lead on Jeremy De La Rosa's big 2-out, 2-run single. Now we go to the bottom of the 6th. We got 1 on and 2 out. Rocha up again. There's a smash to right field. That's going to get down and go all the way to the corner. Montgomery digging around third. They're going to send him. Here comes the relay, and wow, he was out by even more than Jack. What are we doing at third base? We got to fix this coach's decision-making. That's 2 outs at the plate. Luckily, the Sox are up 2-1 as we head to the 7th. And now we head to the top of the 7th. 2 on, 2 out. Hernandez facing Riley Green, who's 3 for 3 today. And that's a smash into right. Jack diving, can't get it. That's going to be his 4th hit. That's going to drive in the tying run. Runner goes to third, and he is safe. So now the Twins have men at the corners and 2 outs. Now we head to the top of the 9th. Tie game, 1 on, nobody out. Taveras with a smash to left. De La Rosa drifting back to the track. Leaps, and he catches it. Oh my goodness, De La Rosa just stole a 2-run homer and keeps this game tied. What a catch. Clutch defense there. Let's get a look at this. De La Rosa running back. Stutter steps, times his leap, goes up and completely over the wall to steal the home run. Here we are with 2 on, 2 out in the 9th. Riley Green, 4 for 4 already. Pitch, and it's strike 3 on the edge. Huge clutch strikeout there. As the Sox head to the bottom half of the inning, this game is still tied thanks to Jeremy De La Rosa and Ben Harris. And we're going to skip ahead to the 11th. This game has been tied. Bullpens have been doing great. And Juan Brito came in to replace Quinones, who was hurt. Just won the game with a walk-off shot to right. Juan Brito, way to go, dude.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
Brito comes off the bench, hits the walk-off to finally end this dramatic Game 3 win for the Sox as they take 2 out of 3 from Minnesota. Key early series in the season. Let's go look at this box score. 3 hits for Correa, 4 for Riley Green. Could not get him out. 2 for Vaughn. Pablo Lopez pitches really good, actually. Bullpen pitched great until that last pitch. De La Rosa, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 15 strikeouts, 4 of them by Anthony. That's not a good look. But De La Rosa, RBI double, great home run saving catch. Brito with the walk-off home run. Medrano pitched really good, just threw a lot of pitches. And the bullpen does just enough to keep us in this game as Chicago wins an early series against Minnesota, gets us to within 2.5 games of first place. So we just wrapped up this big 3-game series with the Twins, winning 2 out of 3. Before we get into this Cardinals and Tampa Bay series, we'll just sim those, and that'll take us up to the Cleveland series, which I want to get some gameplay for. Let's check the standings real quick. We're 2.5 games behind the Twins, 4 games ahead of the Guardians, way ahead of the Tigers and Royals. We are also the number 1 wild card team, 1 game ahead of the Rangers, So we're in a really good playoff spot at the moment. Real quick stats. I don't want to go too deep into them, but Jac hitting .325. He's got 20 runs scored in 31 games. Of course, he's driven himself in 12 times, 12 home runs, 24 RBI, slugging .691 with 1,067 OPS. Dexter Watley also slugging over .500. The problem is Anthony's picking it up a little bit. So is Villa. Caro's dropping back just a touch. But we got to get these three guys right here going, especially Colson Montgomery, Alvin Maddox, Rocha. I mean, he was a placeholder till we had some better prospects. He's got enough power. He's just not making any contact right now, and he's striking out way too much. He's got 32 strike, where the whole team strikes out too much, but he's striking out in key situations, so that's why his RBIs are only at 5. So that's what we're looking at there. And on the pitching side, our starting pitchers outside of Deivi Garcia just been absolutely phenomenal. Medrano 4-0 with a 157. McCann 5-0 with an 083. Hagen Smith should be better than a 2-4 record with a 268, 46 strikeouts in 40 innings. Even on the bullpen side, outside of Miguel Rodriguez having 1 or 2 possible blow-up appearances, he's been lights out the rest of it. Look at that, 20 strikeouts in 15 innings. And Patino's brought his ERA down, 13 Ks in 8 innings. And then our closer, can't complain about him at all. So we're in a good spot. Offense still needs to keep pumping out extra base hits. Just get on base, clutch hits. We need some more clutch hits. So we will plug along here, and we'll get to this Cleveland series soon and finish up this episode. All right, game 1 against the Cardinals. Deivi Garcia against Tink Hence, and we lose that one 8-1. Deivi Garcia gives up 4. Ben Harris blows up, gives up 4 2/3 in the 8th. Game is already decided at that point. John Hare, that's a guy we looked at trading for. He's been on fire, 281. 3-run double looks like for him. And Tink Hence pitches great. And game 2 against the Cardinals, Ricky McCann gets the win. 3 hits for De La Rosa. Colson Montgomery, 2-run shot. Love that. Groshans goes 2 for 3. Ricky McCann, 2 runs in 6 innings. Bullpen lights out for the last 3 as Lewis gets his 13th save. And game 3, White Sox trying to take 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals. And they do so with a 12-3 win. Cagnoni's back with 2 hits. 2 hits for De La Rosa, 3 RBI, including 2 walks. Jac, 2 for 4, 3 runs scored, 2 RBI. Anthony, 1 for 4, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Watley, 4 for 5, 2 runs, 3 RBI. It's like everybody but Villa and Colson Montgomery had hits. Home runs by Jac, Roman, and Dexter. Cavalli, 3 runs in 5 innings, but Rodney North, 4 no-hit innings to finish it off and get his first save as a White Sox. Now we go to Tampa Bay. Hagen Smith taking on Brady Singer. And they lose 6-0 in that one. 2 hits for Colson, 3 for Groshans. Hagen Smith only gives up 1 run in 6 innings, strikes out 12. Another game where he gives up low hits, low runs. The bullpen blows it. Offense can't come through. And Brady Singer, 7 hits shutout on the other side. Game 2, Anthony Medrano, Taj Bradley. And we lose that one 3-2. Offense not showing up again. Jac, 2 hits. Medrano, 3 runs, 2 earned. Bullpen actually does their job this game. The offense has not shown up in Tampa Bay. And trying to avoid the sweep here, Deivi Garcia against Shane Baz. And we lose 2-0. So Tampa Bay comes in at 15-20. They sweep the Sox. Huge, devastating series for the Sox. Look at this box score. 2 hits for Montgomery. We just didn't get any hits in the whole series. Garcia pitched well. And we just didn't hit enough. We scored 2 runs in 3 games. Your offense is definitely struggling. And now that sweep knocked us 4.5 games behind the Twins, with 4 coming up against the Guardians head-to-head. Very crucial series to try and stay ahead of them in the division. We slip into a tie with the Rangers for the first wild card. Only 1 game ahead of the Astros. So let's take these pitching matchups real quick before we jump into this series. Ricky McCann against Johan Oviedo. You can see he's got a 6.4 ERA. Ricky's is barely 1. Cade Cavalli against Cutter Crawford. Pretty even matchup there. Hagen Smith against Sandy Alcantara. That should be a really good pitcher's duel. And then game 4, Anthony Medrano against Shane Bieber. We should have the edge on that one. So Bats got to show up. Only game I'm really worried about is the Alcantara game, so hopefully we can separate ourselves from Cleveland, tighten that grip on a wild card spot, and try to make some hay in the division. Twins are going to face the Blue Jays, Yankees, Cleveland coming up. Hopefully we can make it some ground soon. Now a huge 4-game series at Chicago, especially for the Guardians. They come into this series trailing Chicago by 4 games in the standings. We already beat them 2 out of 3 at Cleveland earlier in April. Game 1 pitching matchup, Johan Oviedo against Ricky McCann. Got 1 on, 2 out here in the second inning. George Valera up, and it's going to be a shot in the center, a little blooper, and it's going to drop for a base hit. So now Cleveland has 2 runners on with 2 outs. Tyler Fitzgerald up, RBI situation, and he's going to hit a shot in the center field, and Anthony's going to settle under that, have that easy third out as the Sox pitch around 2 base runners. Now we go to the top of the third. We got 2 on and 2 out after a double and a walk. McCann's 3-2 pitch to Noel, and he takes strike 3 on the inner half. Big, huge, clutch, early strikeout for McCann as they pitch around another inning with 2 men on. McCann's loving it. Now we're head to the 6th inning. Rodney North in the game, still scoreless. We got 2 on and 2 out. His 2-2 pitch, Valera swings and misses and strikes out. So Rodney North comes out of the pen to relieve McCann. Clutch strikeout. That's the 3rd inning. Cleveland's had 2 men on and couldn't get him home. And you can see there, we're struggling on offense. We have no hits. Let's go to the top of the 7th. Roman Anthony leading off, trying to get something going. And there's going to be a ground ball up the middle, and it gets past the second baseman. So the perfect game by Johan Oviedo is gone. Takes it into the 7th inning. That'll bring up Cagnoni's with 1 on and nobody out. And here's going to be a ground ball. The first got it. Throw back to second, on to first, and a double play. What a play by Kyle Manzardo. Wasn't sure if that was a fair ball or not. Let's check this replay. Cagnoni's hits it down the line. Manzardo catches it running into foul territory, stops, runs back to the bag, and finishes off the 3-6-3 double play. Huge defensive play. Now we're going to head to the bottom of the 8th. We got 2 on and 2 out for Jordan Groshans. Need a hit here. Facing lefty Tim Herron. 2-1 pitch, and it's going to be a fly ball into right field. And Fraley's going to have that. So both teams pitching out of jams as we head to the 9th. This game is still scoreless. And now coming into the game is Miguel Rodriguez, trying to keep this game tied. See what he's done on the year. He's had a couple of rough outings that inflated his ERA. Other than that, he's been really good, especially with that 30% strikeout rate. First up is Tyler Freeman leading off. 1-2 pitch. And it's going to be a shot over the first baseman's head down into the corner. Jac's going to run over there and get that, but it's going to be a leadoff extra base hit for Tyler Freeman. So Cleveland trying to get that winning run across here in the 11th inning. After a ground out, moves Freeman to third. We got Noel up with a man on third and 1 out. I would have walked him here, but it's going to be a line drive into center field. Anthony coming in. He's got it. Throw comes in, and it's not going to be in time. Sack fly, and Cleveland takes the lead. They should have walked Noel to put men at the corners and try and get a double play. Now we head to the bottom of the 11th. Art Rocha coming off the bench to try and tie this game with a home run. Tough ask against Emmanuel Clase. 2-2 pitch, and he swings and misses and strikes out. That would be the 9th straight strikeout by Indians pitchers. Let's look at this box score. See 2 hits from Moreno, double by Arias and Freeman. Oviedo's only allows 2 hits. Again, took a perfect game into the 7th inning. And their bullpen, 9 strikeouts and 9 outs the last 3 innings. See the Sox side, we only had 2 hits. That single by Anthony, single by Jack. McCann pitched excellent. He threw way over 100 pitches in 5 innings, though. And Rodriguez takes the tough luck loss. He drops to 0-3 as the Guardians take game 1. And for the sake of time and not stretching this video out to an hour, we're going to go ahead and sim these last 3 games of this series, see if we can bounce back in the sim. Game 2, Cape Valley against Cutter Crawford, and we lose that 1-0. So back-to-back 1-0 losses. We scattered 11 hits on their side. Andres Jimenez with a homer and a third, 13 Ks for Cutter Crawford. We did get 5 hits. Valley pitched great, but we have not scored a run in 3 straight games, and we only scored 2 in our last 5. After this 12-run game against the Cardinals, we've scored exactly 2 runs in this 5-game losing streak. My goodness. All right, Game 3, Hagen Smith, Sandy Alcantara. Need the offense to show up in this one because Hagen's been pitching great and he hasn't gotten any help on the win side because of our lack of offense when he starts. Run support has been terrible. Here we go, game 3. And we win game 3, 4-3. Ben Harris beats Dan Lyon, the bullpen game. Kenzie Noel with 2 hits. Tyler Freeman with a triple and a home run. Alcantara gives up 2 over 7 innings. Our side, Dexter Watley, 3-run homer. Roman Anthony, solo shot. Watley's big home run in the bottom of the 8th. Hagen Smith gives up a few more runs, but the bullpen does their job, allows 1 hit, strikes out 4. Garrett Lewis gets his 14th save. Now we're going to go for the split in the Sunday game, game 4, Anthony Medrano against Shane Bieber. And one of our recent draft picks from last season, Donnie Ramirez down in AAA, tore his Achilles, and he's going to be out the rest of the season. That's a crushing injury for a prospect that I thought was going to develop and be a really nice hitter. So he's on the DL and out for the year. And the Sox win 5-3, another bullpen game as we split the series after losing 2 games, 1-0, comeback win 4-3, and now 5-3. They had 6 hits, home run by Moreno, Arias. Bieber gives up 3 in 6 innings. Tim Herron gives up 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Our side, 3 hits for Canones, 2 for Watley, 2 for De La Rosa, 2 for Maddox. Watley and Maddox with home runs. Medrano gives up 3 in 5 innings, but the bullpen, excellent 4 innings of work, only allowed 1 hit. Lewis with his 15th save. Miguel Rodriguez gets his first major league win in relief. And the Sox salvage a split, stay 3.5 games behind the Twins. And we are now tied with the Astros for the number 1 wild card spot, 2 games ahead of the Rangers, 3.5 games ahead of the Angels. And now we're going to quickly sim through these 3 games with Washington. I want to get through the 17th in this episode. So real quick, we win 5-4. Another bullpen game. Lipscomb with a home run. Roman Anthony with a home run. Montgomery 3 hits. Anthony 2. Garcia gives up 4, but the bullpen is stellar again. Game 2, McCann against Gore. And we win 6-5. Another bullpen game. 2 hits for Watley, 3 for Jack. De La Rosa, 2 for 4. Home run by Montgomery. Jack with 2 steals. McCann gets lit up a little bit. He threw a lot of pitches in the last game, so he's a little tired, but the bullpen, stellar again. Brisky gets the win. And now game 3, Cade Cavalli against Mitchell Parker. And we lose that one 8-4. Tena and Garcia with home runs. Colson Montgomery homers for us. Cavalli gives up 1, but Patino gives up 4 runs in 2/3 of an inning. Rough. He walked 4 guys. Oh my gosh. Must have given up a grand slam or something in the 9th. And we lose 8-4. So we are halfway through the month of May. White Sox sit 27-18. We are 2.5 games behind the Twins. So we have a 4-game lead over Cleveland, 6 over the Royals, 9 over the Tigers. 1.5 games over the Mariners for the number 1 wild card. So we made up some ground. Offense heated up until we got to this week right here. Hopefully they're back on track, scoring a bunch of runs in this week. So, when you get shut out 4 times in 5 games, that's never good. But it looks like we're bouncing back. And if the pitching, especially the bullpen pitching, can hang on until our bats get more consistency, that's going to be key for this team as we try to make the playoffs for the first time in this franchise. And if you like what you've seen, please like, subscribe, comment, share it out, hit that notification bell. And I will see you next time for the Chicago White Sox Draft Only franchise.